Hello, hello, welcome back to the Mirror Dungeon grind. Dawn takes week 9 here. This is everyone we've done except these ones on the base IDs. And I've set up the support passives here. We're going for Dregs of the Manor today, which is, a pretty hard floor to do on floor 1, but I think Lantern Dawn can cut it. That's the goal anyway. Rupture gifts are of course going to help. Free damage up and I'm actually a Rupture ID. We're going to go with these starting gifts and try to get Manor Saved Music Box manually for a change. Now I've timed this live stream accordingly so that if needed I can use Superbia twice. So worst case, that should be enough to get me through. Getting Talisman or Pendant there is nice because I can actually get Poise Count since I have a Gloom skill. Better than the crabs on solo? The crabs aren't... well, I guess the Rupture can be bad. Yeah. You see, this fight is fine because they'll just corrode me and then I'll kill them with an ego. It's the bleed butlers and the dead rabbits that I'm most worried about. But if you see a blunt tile, it's mostly safe, even for solo. They should, unless these are all sinking count, it looks like these are all sinking count enemies. Okay, no, that skill will inflict sinking, so I will corrode because of that. Although not this turn, because they're all guarding. I'm not sure how I want to handle skill replaces for this ID, because if I go all skill 3, yeah, that heals me some, but it clashes the same as my skill 2. I don't need every skill to full heal me. So I might want to keep skill 2s to actually inflict Rupture, because the skill 3 really doesn't, it only has count. So I would just be getting the Rupture from Ego Gifts. So here we are corroding. We need to not corrode into Telepole. Anything else is fine. Okay. Yeah, this will hopefully kill them. I do have Needle and Thread, so this first one should at least do a lot. It's enough to stagger or kill, yeah. I hope this doesn't kill all of them, because I would like to heal before going into the next fight. Full replace gives me absolute resonance. That is true. Okay, so how can I get healing out of this? I want to activate my own passive at least. Getting one more green. I'm just worried about corroding more. I mean, I guess it can't hurt, because my guard will heal me at the end of my turn. So yes, I'll corrode, but I should get some extra health out of this. 24, and then I corrode into the same thing. So we aren't full health going into the next fight. That could be an issue. I don't know what healed me for 6 there, if I'm being entirely honest. I can do this fight, and this should be a chance to full heal. We might not even have to use one Superbia today. This is looking good. Yeah, this guy does no damage to me. Do I just always heal for 6 on hit? I thought I had to have aggro. Is that only the support passive? Okay. I thought my main passive had the same aggro restriction. My healing is much better than I thought then. Yeah, 6 HP on every attack. And okay, we'll get gloom resources. We should be fine here. My goal today is to use the reuse on my skill 3 one time. We'll see if we can do it. That probably has to happen before I find Grey Coat though. The full stop floor should do enough damage to me to pull that off. Okay, so now here's a question. I could go on the blunt tiles and probably be safe against the enemies, but I want the event. So I'm going to risk what should be a Dead Rabbits tile, and worst case, I just have to Superbia. Depending on which ones are actually here. I have enough damage to stagger in one hit. I might be fine still. My first stagger threshold is low enough. Okay, these are the ones that have bleed. Yeah, that guy at the back is going to hurt for sure. I am also fatal to wrap damage, which isn't great. Okay. Probably going to Superbia here. They just do a bit too much damage. Using the Queen of Hatred Ego over Yearning Merkala just because it will clash higher on the later floors. Like a Yearning Merkala would be better right here, just because it would actually hit all of them. But I'm not too worried about attack weight on like 415, if I even need Ego. 5 is enough, I think. And we're getting the full Dawn experience. I put both of the Dawn announcers on today. Let's see what my reward is. Okay, I get a Pierce Gift. Yeah, that sent him immediately to negative 45 sanity. He was not happy about that. Alright, time for the standard first shop. Oh, wow, this is kind of a crazy shop, and we might not be getting our reuse today. Hello, welcome to the stream. You just missed what might be the hardest part of the run. No, actually, that went perfectly fine. There should be harder challenges later. What am I looking for? Give me any Rupture Gift. Or Poise, that's fine. Or Pierce, I mean. I will sell this for interest, and 96%, hopefully we get the Super Shop next floor. I did not see which boss I have. Okay, we got the hard one. So this fight could be an issue. But at least there's only 5 of them in the first wave, and not 6 like in the normal battles. Because these guys, they really stack the Rupture. One turn and I already have 19 by 4. 3 attacks there. We'll see. I've thought about making a 15-4, like, I've thought about making a solo guide. As far as, like, normal playing, it's not something I've really considered. And I haven't done either at this point. But I feel like a lot of the solo guide would apply to the normal, because it would just talk about, like, these are the gifts that are always good, these are the mounting trials you should and shouldn't take, good theme packs to go for exclusive gifts and stuff like that. But if you're playing with a full team, just play Tremor and get the time killing time fusion gifts, because they are overpowered. And make sure you do skill replaces for 415 runs, they matter a lot. This is really good luck. The guy I staggered got the extra slot, and then these guys are only using single coins, so we should be able to survive this turn. And not just survive, but almost full heal and kill one of them. Oh, and they broke my rupture stack. Okay, I have to not, like, throw this attempt. This is really good. I want to just kill as fast as possible. Okay, this shouldn't kill either of them, which is good, because then I can delay for more skill slots, because the second wave has a lot of incoming attacks. Yes, okay. So now I just pass. Then I'm going to just block this first guy, I think. Do I want to take the rupture? How bad is this? Okay, I think I'll kill the first guy. And then block the second guy. Actually, maybe I can— no, he has 30 rupture. I think he dies if I hit him. Okay, yes, that's perfect. I basically lost my stack there. I only have 1 count. So I can actually just let this guy hit me again. Okay, now he's using the bad skill. I can kill him now. I should be fine here. I think I stalled for enough skill slots. And yeah, one skill 1 did kill. So now we just throw out all our strongest skills, and at worst we take 1 hit. If you don't have full stop pack unlocked, you have to clear it from the drive menu. It's like the 5th Valpurgis Night or somewhere around there. And if you clear that, it will unlock the pack in Mirror Dungeon. The 4 cant is 7, that sounds right? Maybe? It's somewhere around there. Yeah, for the previous vaults that actually had combat, you can still play them. You don't get any rewards, but you do unlock the corresponding pack in Mirror Dungeon, if it has one. What support passes are 100% needed for any MDE run with any character? The simple answer is none. You can get by without them, but in my opinion, the best ones— Great Resilient, by the way. I can show you in a second here, actually. Once we get to our next combat. Where is Hell's Chicken? There it is. 1 second. I think base Mare and Zvi Sinclair are the most important because that's just 20% damage resistance, and ultimately not dying is how you win. The other really good ones are base Rodion and Ting Tang Honglu. They both give 20% damage, which is a lot. T-Corp Dawn, if you weren't using a Dawn, is another ID that can give damage resistance, but you need Tremor for it, so it's not quite as good as these two. I think those are like the standout 5 to apply to anyone. If you were doing Night of Despair, yeah. Capo Mare is, I think, the easiest ID to solo with because he won't have any issue clashing. Even if you miss a lot of gifts and don't get as many as you should, he just has the highest clashing skill in Mirror Dungeon. And then, you know, he also unstaggers himself, which is obviously good. And if you have it, Crush Found Past is like the best ego in Mirror Dungeon. There's just so much going in favor of Capo Mare. And yeah, every single Mirror Dungeon run really should go to Hell's Chicken on floor 2. It just has such good gifts, and it's such an easy floor. Like, no ID will ever struggle here, even if you're fatal to their damage types. They use, like, single coin 0 rolling skills. You only have Regret. Regret has its uses because for cleansing debuffs, but yeah, it's not going to be the craziest. But if anyone was going to clear without ego, he can just always roll high enough. What's a good Heisho ID? The answer is all of the Maos. The Maos are insane, and I think they were kind of the tipping point for power creep of this game. Malphast just even more so than the others, but like Marioshu is also ridiculous in my mind. So I have Needle and Thread. I'm getting Tango Marinade, so I can actually go for the Bleed Gift. This thing is good because of Red Gasifium, letting me actually keep a bleed stack and debuff the enemies. Yeah, floors to avoid. You cannot fight Dongring or Dongbake without a evade, so don't go there. Besides that, I think he can handle anything because he can always just like spam his clashable counter if he gets too much bleed on him, which is the other common issue in solos. Like, I'm trying to think if there's actually anything else he can't handle, and I can't think of anything. You have Thumbmare and Sinclair. What team are you trying to make here, or what are you trying to do with this? Are you trying to do Mirror Dungeon Extreme? You're trying to build a Tremor team, yeah, okay. T-Corp Otis is fine. I prefer T-Corp Dawn for Tremor in Mirror Dungeon. But this should be fine. It's like, you're really, what you care about for Tremor Mirror Dungeon is how good their skill tree is. Because you should get a bunch of skill replaces and mostly be using skill 3s, since those benefit from the time-killing time gifts. So like, Night Owl's Gregor even, He's not normally incredible for Tremor, I don't think. He doesn't inflict a ton, but his skill 3 just does a lot of damage. And it counts as a Tremor skill, so... Regret Fast too, yeah, I forgot about her. But Regret Fast can get AoE on her skill 3 starting on turn 2 if you just use a skill 1 on the first turn, or even a skill 2 with self-tremor gain gifts. And AoE damage is still valuable. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest Malfaust for Tremor in Mirror Dungeon Extreme, because the reason to play Tremor is for your skill 3s to be insane, and Malfaust wouldn't get that. You don't really need Everlasting. You usually just swap like everything to skill 3 as much as you can. All your skill 1s and then your skill 2s if you know, run out of skill 1s to switch. Like I'm going to right now replace the skill 1 with the skill 3. I didn't get the chicken event, so maybe I can find... Oh, okay, this run is going to be good. I got an early prestige card. Can I get the rupture gift is the question. It's a Zippo lighter as well, okay. This run is off to a very strong start. Don't quite have enough things that I want to fuse, so I will just sell. And pick up that. Okay.
개체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데 더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록 하죠.
So yeah, next floor I'll be going to full stop because Dark Flame Smoking Pipe is free attack power. A gift similar to Certain Philosophy. Similar how, but instead it requires you to not get a... Oh, I see. Similar in Acquisition. That would be... Yeah, that would be annoying. Because you would have to, like, perfectly spend costs to even get a 99%, and then obviously miss it. It might be harder to get than Wealth.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Yeah, I got so many healing gifts so early. I have a feeling that we won't be seeing the reuse today. Your favorite idea to solo Dulcinea with? I might be doing that today. I'll probably go to Railway 5 on floor 15. And hopefully I actually get Dulcinea this time. I've gotten section 2 like the last 3 times I've went, and it's sad. Three ego gifts at the start. You're doing a full team run, so I would get Prestige card, Golden Urn, and like... If you have any high attack weight ego, you could get Sharp Needle and Thread. Or you could just like add on Milepost, even more cost reduction stuff, but you just want to get cost faster and have a discount for buying stuff. We did not get Drill from the free tier 4 gift, so we won't have the freest time ever on full stop. But I should out-heal their damage unless they just stack Vapor all on the same turn and kill me, which can happen.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 잘근 씹어버리겠네. 하지 않겠는가? 괜찮은 공격이네요.
Not confident to solo yet. The thing about solo is that there's just like less moving parts. You don't have as much to think about really. Because you're only controlling one character instead of 7.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을
So in some ways it's easier. But a full Tremor team should be easier than solo because Tremor is very good.
평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다. 올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
You don't really have a full team yet. That's one of the main reasons people do solos, yeah. They don't have 7 up to 4 level 55 Tremor IDs, but they do have Capomare, so he can do it. We even get the event. Now, as long as someone can pass it, don't fail me, Marioshu. Okay, so I'm only looking for Gear Shrapnel in the shop. I got the important gift. Solo MDE, it's highly recommended to take every Starlight buff because you get back the Starlight anyway if you do full adversity, and it will just, you know, make your time easier. What was the other part of that question? What ego gifts at the start? For solo, you want to take Ashen Constellation Blessing so that you don't die. You want to take Manor Shaped Music Box so that you don't stagger. And the last slot is kind of up in the air. I usually take Sharp Needle and Thread because it's a gift that you cannot reliably get otherwise. You almost missed it. Well, welcome to the stream. You're here in time for us to beat full stop easily because this run got 4 healing gifts on the first 2 floors. And I'm already an ID that self-heals. Oh yeah, Investigator Badge. I should recommend that one more. I just don't personally take it because I always end up going to that pack as like floor 10. And I have most of the gifts out of the pool by then, so I can get it pretty reliably. But if you're like less confident, it can definitely be nice to have on like this floor to beat full stop easier. Okay, so I need Gear Shrapnel. Hopefully I can fuse this floor. I should have that confused with that. Random tier 4 gift. That's lucky. And there's Gear Shrapnel. Okay. I'm getting like everything I could possibly want. I didn't get the Rupture Chicken Breast, but that's not actually very important. And there's another skill replace. What do I even need? Where am I going next? I'm going for Bridal next, so just fuse Pierce. I just like save money? No, I should buy stuff. Buying stuff is good. Get more Rupture gifts out of the pool for when I go to LCE checkup, I guess. Skeletal Crumbs is good, okay. Sharded Lantern Dawn just for Heisho Dawn to be around the corner. This is the better Sheep Dawn anyway.
더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록 하죠. 개체에게 치명적인 손상을
No, I don't believe it.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만
Like, yes, they are, you know, probably a stronger identity, but I still like Lantern Dawn. Oh, do they actually have the same sin affinities? I hadn't looked at that.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중이라네.
Also, I assume this Heathcliff doesn't have envy. I haven't looked at him really either, but that would be a second Heathcliff. Oh, he does? Okay. Is that the only envy on a Heisho, then? No, the C's have envy? Okay. Can you stop vaporing me?
여관에 가면 또 한참 먹을 잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네. 다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Anything with reusable coins. It's unfortunately almost impossible to get this reuse.
기다리시게.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게
What packs to
일격을
go for a Tremor team? The important one is the time-killing time Bakgak. You want to go there when you have most of the Tremor gifts out of the pool, so that you can guarantee you get the exclusive ones, or quote-unquote guarantee the keyword refresh. Alternatively, you can just go to both of them. Yeah, there was a bug with her skill 3. I think it just, the once per skill didn't work. So if you had like a bleed stack on yourself, then you could keep reusing until you or the enemy died. But now it properly only lets you reuse it once.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
If reuse coin once, I think this line just didn't work. Slightly unrelated, but C. Gregor's skill 1 feels terrible to use. Honestly, I've kind of felt the same. I haven't used him too much, but I was mostly unimpressed. Thumb Sinclair is such a weird ID, because his skill 3 rolls, like, he does so much damage. It has like 80% dynamic on every coin, and just rolls decently high as well. Like, he is definitely a skill 3 unit. His heal for like 80 with every hit. Okay, I've thought about making a Discord server. If there's more demand for it, I might try to figure out how to do that. It could let me announce streams ahead of time and maybe ask people who they want to solo with. It's something I have considered. I just don't know how to do it, honestly, is the main reason I haven't. But I'm sure I could figure it out if I actually looked into it. %105% dynamic on his skill 3? Yeah, like, it's a lot. Okay, I can definitely look into making a Discord server. Tutorials online, yeah, it's probably something I should do if I'm trying to get at all serious with content creation, which I'm kind of getting to that point, I guess. Making this like weekly commitment and all. I heard about the Kanto 9 leaks and stuff, but I won't be discussing that here. I think we should refrain from that topic. The thing about Capo Mare into solo is that on the late floors where clashing has a chance to be an issue, because like right now, Capo Mare would be better than this, and I'm like out clashing them by 20, so it's not an issue until late. On the late floors, you're getting staggered on turn 1, and immediately loading your sackage rounds, and so you only end up spending like 9, 10 bullets, something like that. You don't actually get that much clash power down, you get like 1 or 2. And when, you know, you and the enemy end up rolling in the 30s and 40s, 2 clash power is not very much. You're almost done here. You wouldn't even know about the leaks, yeah. I've definitely seen more people talking about the leaks than there actually were leaks. My understanding was that it was mostly sound files, but we really should stop talking about this and let people be surprised. One more enemy to kill. Alright. So, continuing the solo run, on floor 4 there is only really one decision. Also, good resilience, just always the best ones to pick. They don't increase clashing, or they do it the least. Wow, this is tempting. But it's floor 4. These are some really good packs and rewards here, actually. But the only thing to do is find Bridal. And I've found that doing 3 searches for it is almost guaranteed to have it show up. So I usually spend 2 of my refreshes. Maybe it shows up for free before I have to spend Starlight. I get some free poise gifts. Emerald Elytra is actually very good for solo. Practically gives you infinite poise. No ego gifts with the rental team. The rental team is bleed right now, right? It's like actually a good team for once. Dawn's reuse requires you to be below 50% HP after you hit with this coin that heals you. So you have to be really low health for that to go through. And since I have like 7 healing gifts, it's probably impossible for it to happen because one of those is Greycoat.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
And yeah, you can't use rental teams above floor 5. It doesn't let you. They would be strong enough, but the game stops you because they are just rental, and they want you to actually build your own IDs. Okay. What am I looking for? I want Rupture Gifts still. I want to empty the Rupture Pool. I get more economy stuff, and the other Pierce Tier 4 for free. This run is insane. I'm getting such good shops here. I'll pick this up just because. Up-tie 5 will never happen. I hope it happens for only the base IDs. I think that would be nice. I'm not too hopeful for that, but that's what I want. And there's the enhanced discount. The game is giving me everything I could possibly want right now, and it's great. will enhance this just to get my super shop percentage up to almost 100 there. You don't know how annoying it is. Yeah, that's why I spin Starlight before I use all my refreshes. Because if you spin Starlight and it's not there, you can refresh again and then spin Starlight again. How to get Starlight fast? Honestly, the fastest way is probably just to do Mirror Dungeon normal with like whatever you can clear it the fastest with without spending any Starlight. That should get you like 200 per run, maybe? I don't know, it's never an issue I've had, because I've just always made sure to go positive on Starlight, and then just like pulling 3 IDs gave me 900, and so I've just always kind of had it. It's like if you do 50 adversity runs without getting full buffs, you can definitely profit. And yeah, it is pretty important to get the full rest bonus. Yeah, you can basically turn Enkephalin into Starlight if you just immediately forfeit. Not something that I would recommend, really, but it is an option if you really just want Starlight. Everyone's favorite really long battle, yeah. It's an incredibly long battle that takes 4 turns. You do get more Starlight the higher you go. I don't remember the exact numbers. The most Starlight, I think, comes from adversity. I'm legally obligated to take Brutality, so we will take Brutality. And now we're on the floor 5 through 10 part of the run, where I refresh looking for any of my packs that I know I want to go to, and here's one of them. Shadow Bamboo Hat is universal damage resistance, and it's really good, so we go for it. I guess I also actually get Rupture Gifts here, although I don't think these help too much for me. It's like, yeah, I can't do the Deathrite Haste thing. Lets me spread Rupture a bit, and I guess I get Clash Power. It's not bad. Limbus Fatigue finally hit again. I had a little bit of that, but I'm feeling a bit reinvigorated for Limbus. I enjoyed doing base IDs right away one. I was always sad that I missed that originally. Yeah, Starlight-wise, I've kind of just stuck around 3,000. It's like, I got up to 3,000 by doing some pulls, and then I just always go close to neutral on my runs. Sometimes I'm plus 30, sometimes I'm minus 10. I think I slightly trend up over time. But I only do MDE solos pretty much. Like, that's the only form of Mirror Dungeon I play these days. Full W core. Interesting. I guess that probably got a lot better with the new fusion, didn't it? Because that Ego Gift has so much text that it doesn't even fit on the screen, so I imagine with that much text it has to do something good.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해보.
Makes it impossible to lose a clash. Yeah, that makes sense. Tremor sinking, I'm pretty sure it's possible. You have to use, like, Suncliff. Alright, no, Suncliff isn't Tremor. Maybe I'm thinking of, like, Rupture sinking. That's the one that's possible. I hope we can just actually play Tremor Burn soon. Like, the burn gifts aren't incredible, but mixing is good. Or actually, oh wait, yeah. He has Tremor Burst. It's weird, it's like some of the fusion gifts count Burst and other ones don't. I'm pretty sure. Like, I think that the watches might count Tremor Burst. I know for sure, at least, the time killing time tier 4 gift that isn't a fusion works for Tremor Burst. That just gives your first deployed ID like 5 power up. Watches don't count burst? Okay, so I guess all the fusions don't, but then there's other things that only work for Tremor IDs but do count burst. It's weird. The Dawn Queen of Hatred Ego, at least there is another option for the Dawn, you know, high attack weight slot. And the Queen of Hatred Ego is, yeah, pretty strong in Mirror Dungeon. Forced to use Sun Shower Heat, that's not a great place to be.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
A real charge Tremor team. You don't like the Rose Spanners? Rose Mayor on the triple status team is funny because he almost rolls as high as Capo Mayor. Or at least he almost rolls as good as like a bad Capo Mayor run. Okay, shopping time, and I'll grab those free tier 4 gifts for sure. Always nice to not have to fuse for them. Again, more tier 4 gifts. This is incredible. I will sell to get that. Hang on, I should fuse something. Feels like wasting resources for the Rose Spanners. It's understandable. They're pretty outdated by now. What was I doing? I need the Bluntstone still. I don't need that. There it is. I can almost get Lunar Memories already. Actually, I can make it next floor, yeah. And any last gift that I want? The Bell? I'll sell something for Bell. Get rid of a random tier 1 gift I can't even use, like this. Sweepers time. I just wish Rose Spanner Rudia didn't grief herself with her passive. I mean, it's just she has to use skill 1s to get charged, because her skill 3 just gets rid of it. That's my biggest complaint about any of the Rose banners. Season 2 might have been the worst season ID-wise. Yeah, are there any relevant Season 2 IDs other than Spice Bush? Like, do any of them get used? Because Talisman Sinclair is dead now. He existed for a while. Molar, that's right. Both of the Molars, or I guess both of the Olga IDs, are good. The Season 2 event IDs are good at least. But yeah, like the actual Season 2 IDs, Suncliff, K-Corp Honglu, it's like, I am a fan of K-Corp Honglu, but I cannot, in any sense of the words, call him, like, good in today's teams. His support passive saved me in Railway 5, though, for base IDs. Yeah, the Spicebush Yi-Song is one line of text, but that one line of text is really good, so he's still worth running sometimes. I guess, okay, he's kind of two lines of text. He also has AoE egos do more damage on his passive. Next turn sinking can help you start a stack, but like sinking hasn't really been an issue ever since Night of Despair came out, is my understanding. I haven't actually played a sinking team since she came out.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
Or actually, that's not quite true. I used sinking for a little bit, but I used Solemn Lament, and I probably will always use Solemn Lament. Yeah, 14 by 6 sinking on her skill 3, so nothing matters. Yeah, that's right. And it also just does like 300 damage for fun. Definitely top 2 IDs in the game, yes. I think Malfast and Night of Despair are uncontested top 2. And then I'm not sure who is better between Capomare and Lord Honglu, but I think they're 3 and 4. Going down to 5, I do not know. There's a lot of IDs you could argue for. Manager Dawn, yeah, that's one of them that you could argue for. You would put Manager Dawn 4th. Who are you kicking out of top 4 then? Are you saying that she's better than Capomare or better than Lord Honglu? You're dropping down Capomare, okay? Floor 6 time. Manager Dawn above Wild Hunt, I definitely agree with that. Wild Hunt is the most overrated idea in this game, in my opinion. the top IDs overperform without supporting units. I'm not sure if I completely agree with that analysis. I think that IDs should be judged based on their best team, generally. Hang on, I need to count here. Going to 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 packs that I care about. Or wait, LCE as well. Yeah. So I can take this. I can afford going to Evil Defining here. More necessary for the best bleed team than Wild Hunt is for sinking.
응원도
Yeah,
결국은
sure.
나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다.
Yes, solo Manor Dawn is underwhelming, but I just don't, you know, consider that when I'm debating how good the ID is, because you just don't ever use her like that.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인
And it's fine
위협을
if an ID
가해봅시다.
can't be used everywhere, or like with every team, if the team they're used in is the second strongest team in the game.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
개체 부위가 파괴되었습니다. 대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하셨나 보군요.
We have units strong and versatile enough to not care. It's interesting. The game started like that, with like Arcor Heathcliff and Warp Dawn just being the best, and team building didn't really matter. And then we kind of had a moment where like teams were really good, and now we're kind of going back in the direction of the units are just so strong it doesn't matter. Yeah, the team surrounding Manager Dawn is just strong. Like, I'm always impressed by Princess Ruby's damage output.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는
I
데
did
성공했습니다.
Railway 1 using just the 5 Blood Fiends. That was my first clear of it.
올바른 방법으로
And like, she
개체에게
got second place, barely beating out Prince Mare.
정보의 힘이
And I know that's partially because of AoE, and we can all get in a debate of if AoE matters or not. Are there actually hard fights that have AoE, whatever. But, like, she does damage, and she has pretty good bleed potency as well.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
How wild jokes are more annoying than the Who's Kathy ones. I think both of those are completely eclipsed by the potential man jokes in terms of how annoying they are. So I'm fine to see those, just, yeah.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Haven't been talking too much about the actual run I'm doing, but it is just kind of win rate through floors 6 through 10.
평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
Your clashing is so much higher than the enemies at this point.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
I am curious, like, how long have you guys been playing Limbus? And, like, did any of you actually play the original Railway one? Because for me, it was almost nostalgic. It's like, oh, I remember fighting Alleyway Watchdog, and he always hit heads because he had sanity. But I feel like a lot of the player base wasn't around in Season 1.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
See, I was paralyzed there and still rolling 27. So I effectively have 27 base power right now with offense level difference. Started during the Princess Aurelia banner for season 5. I started December last year. You're almost at a year. 9 years? Wow, you've been playing longer than me. That's crazy. Railway 1 at launch it was just so different than anything else that the game had at the time, and it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all, and I thought it was very interesting.
비효율적인 공격이었습니다. 보아하니 대체에 관한 기록을 제대로 펼쳐보지도 않은 직원이 있는 듯하군요.
Knew about the game, but your perception of what it was non-existent. The combat looked terrifying. It's like, I knew about the game. I played Library of Ruina, of course, and I liked it a lot. But even still, I didn't play Limbus day one. My friend, told me that the game was actually worth playing. I was just very against the idea of a gacha, I think. But then I figured out that this game barely even counts as a gacha. You thought it was Ruina, but the difficulty was multiplied by 100. Make that divided by 100 and it's closer to accurate. It took me a while to figure out how Limbus combat actually worked in Season 1. I think I was halfway through Kanto 2 before I realized that the number of coins was how many times a skill would do damage. Which, saying that now, it's how did I not realize? But somehow I didn't. And then you couldn't see where sub attack weight was going on launch. So I remember it's just I would use Ledger Domain and it would only hit 2 enemies instead of 3. And it became an inside joke that 3 attack weight was 2 attack weight and 2 attack weight wasn't actually attack weight. But now we know about manipulation and all, and it makes sense. Early Limbus, yeah, it didn't show your sanity number unless you actually clicked on the ID, you just had the colored bubble. And I think at max sanity, your head's chance was 70.25%. It mattered a lot less, and you would tails roll a lot more. Yeah, 70% chance at max. You can definitely tell that evades as a concept were designed to have a 30% failure rate, but then sanity got changed and now evades will always be overpowered. And yeah, Tang Tang, he was meant to be gambling, but now he's 95% consistent. Benefited him a lot to have those changes. And yeah, I think the idea, I don't know, single coin skills are weird for that because there's benefits and downsides. If you miss, then you have no power at all and you're probably losing the clash. But that's why base power was valued. In Faust skill 3, having 6 base power was high, and that's why it only had 2 coin power. But nowadays, it's oh, this thing only rolls a 12, that's terrible. I should heal everyone's sanity again, the Compass event lowered it. I don't want to miss these checks for no reason. Okay, so what is my skill deck at? I have 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to fully get rid of my skill 1s and just keep 2 skill 2s and 4 skill 3s. So I shouldn't do any more skill replacing. Show me poise gifts. Oh, trimmer as well, yeah, okay. I have most of what I want right now. I guess, okay, slight misplay there. I should have fused lunar memories first so that I could roll back into these parts. And then I will keep money for interest. There was also the old offense level system before, if we're talking about old Limbus today. Offense level used to work completely differently. I think you needed 5 offense level to get 1 clash power, and instead of just every ID level giving 1, it was based on, like, a growth system. And the growth system meant that high offense level IDs got even higher offense level as they like actually leveled up compared to the lower ones. Well, isn't old offense level multiplicative? I think that's not something I heard. But you would get like less than 1 offense level per level, and the amount you got was based on your growth factor.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Okay, yeah, it still had the same, like, damage formula mechanics, it's just how much offense level you got was different. Or extreme differences, yeah. Now the maximum range is like you can have +5, even +6 on a few skills, and then I think no one goes below -3 offense level, so it's like a difference of 9. But with the old system, you could get like a level 50 in Maresalt that had like 34 offense level instead of 50. Something like that. I don't know what the actual numbers would be. But it just, as the level cap rose, it would make the difference between the good and bad IDs even more. And they luckily decided to fix that before the game got too old. Unfortunately, no brutality here. Can't ever go for max brutality, it seems like. The game never gives it to me. I can get 4 hidden bosses in a run, but I can't ever get all 8 brutality. Okay. I'm looking for LCV checkup. I want to go there. But the game is not giving it to me. There we go. The Rupture and Burn gifts from here are pretty good because they give you like 2 clash power and 3 offense level up, I think. And so, anytime you're running a Rupture or Burn ID, it's worth going here. Especially if you're running a Rupture plus Burn ID, like the U Heisho. I'm still not sure if I fought I don't think I fought pre-nerf Ida, because I didn't rush the story when I started playing. I'm pretty sure it took me like 2 weeks before I had finished Canto 3.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
엄청나게
It was only week 1. Yeah, I probably played her like a day or two after she got nerfed in that case. That's like the one early Limbus thing that I didn't get to experience, because I know I saw pre-nerf Ichthys and like pre-nerf Cromer and things like that. Or pre-bug fix Cromer, I guess. They technically called it that. How do I feel about spicy food? I don't eat spicy food too much, but I think I have like fine spice tolerance. I don't seek it out, but I haven't ever had something and been like, that's too spicy for me. But I guess I just haven't really pushed my limits too much.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
You drown everything in hot sauce.
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니까?
Yeah, I don't think I would want to do that, so maybe I'm not pro spicy food. What about grilled cheese? Grilled cheese is good. It's one of the, like, you know, few things I make actually myself. So that probably helps me like it.
공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다. 개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Is a Canon U branch sprite. I believe Kanto 8 spoilers, I corroded. Kanto 8 spoilers, obviously, but I believe that U branch is one of the ones that's there when Ryoshu cuts Honglu in half. And then the Heisha are like, hey, we can't let head taboo happen, but then nothing bad happens. And so they're there for like 1 second and then they're gone. I believe that's where it comes from.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 했나 보군요.
We got twigs, there we go. All branches were in, did we really see all 12? I thought there were 4. If we like actually saw all of them, then I need to figure out what like a dragon Heisha looks like. All the currently playable ones? Okay, okay. What is that evade? Yeah, that happens sometimes. If you take like all of the defense level buffs instead of offense level, which is generally recommended, then evades end up rolling pretty high. And this guy's evade in general is just, well, he's dead now, I can't check it, but it's a bit ridiculous. At one time, Cromer had like 40 evade power and doesn't deal any damage. Yeah. I tried to get the highest possible evade back in Mirror Dungeon 10 floors. I haven't like explicitly gone for that now that we have 15. So there could be something to go for sometime. See if I can make an enemy evade at 80 or higher. The problem is that, like, the highest evade rolls are on, like, abnormalities that I would just have to get a lucky event for. I can't choose to fight Ambling Pearl, or actually, I can do Ambling Pearl 415. I know he has a high one. I don't think it's the highest, but, like, good enough for my purposes. What am I doing? I need to get Rupture Gifts. I was just randomly buying stuff. Okay, well I got both of them in one refresh. And then show me Pierce? No. I want to refuse my Pierce memories because I forget about this if I don't do it right away. And sell for interest. I can even enhance stuff. I have both of the enhanced gifts, so there's not really a reason to wait anymore, as long as I stay above 1,000 cost. I'll enhance Bridle to be extra safe before fighting Hohenheim. Oh, and I can make this. Nebulizer plus Harpoon Leg. Alright. You chose Ting Ting as your Season 1 ID? I honestly think that's the best choice. It's like, Inclair can kind of carry you harder at the beginning, I won't deny that. But when you eventually outgrow Ting Ting or Inclair, which you will, Ting Ting has the best support passive in the game, so you have that. Also, Inclair isn't good in Mirror Dungeon, so if you're trying to, like, clear your first Mirror Dungeon, I would rather have Ting Ting there as well. You didn't get Fluid Sac from your Season 1 ego, you got Sinking 1 for Rhodia. At least you got, like, a fine choice. You didn't pick up, like, 4th Match Flame Yusong or something. How did I do 2,000 damage there? I guess Lunar Memories and Clear Mirror. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. You chose Telepole Heathcliff. Ooh. That is one of the egos I am the least likely to ever use, because I really like Yasunyata Heathcliff. It's one of my favorite egos. Okay, so the last 3 floors that I want are Railway 1, Miracle in District 20, and Time Killing Time. And there we go, Investigator Badge as the floor reward, so there's no chance of missing it.
운은 실력과도 연관되어 있죠?
심심풀이는 되는군.
Wasn't until you got Fluid Sac that you could beat Ricardo. I mean, yeah, I guess it helps. Ricardo is one of the very few fights that I know I lost to on my first attempt. Because, like, by the end of Season 2, by the end of Kanto 4, I had, like, caught up with the game and I had max units and stuff. Because Kanto 4, like, the season got delayed and it took forever. So I know that after that point I, like, understood the game and had a good team. And I barely lost fights from that point. But Ricardo took me 2 attempts. because I brought like one blunt ID on the first go.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시고. 다리에게 해줄 이야기가 좀 그렇군요. 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만
He
해주세요.
did the in-player
올바른
stare.
방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해
634, I think you legitimately could still argue, is the hardest fight in the game, because Chain Battle is so broken ridiculously good for the player, and 634 doesn't have it, and like everything harder after it does. 634 has a lose condition. If Heathcliff dies, you lose, and Rupture exists, so it's not like you could tank even infinitely. Like, if he gets hit too much, you just lose. 634 is Batcliff, as people call him. Heathcliff ? The fight after Dead Rabbit's boss.
개체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데 더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록 하죠.
Yeah, uphill sanity battle, and you don't have chain battle, and you lose instantly if Heathcliff dies. Like, it was a complete nightmare for base IDs. Definitely the hardest thing in the game before, like, Canto 8 or the preceding intervalos.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해 봅시다.
I feel like I'm in a unique position to try to evaluate like the difficulty of stages because I've done like 3 different challenge runs of the game. I've done base IDs, I've done my Uptai 1, and I've done support units only, which basically works as solo only. And there are like very few fights that have been hard for all 3 of those. 634 is one of them though. 634 was like the hardest thing that any of those had faced for all 3 of them once I got there. Except, well, okay, solo 633 was worse. But, yeah. This does nothing. What am I looking for? I'm not really looking for anything because I have what I want. I can get the watch hands, I guess, if I fuse Tremor. I don't really care too much if I miss out on like the rusted hands. I have enough damage resistance. It's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, a fight like 734 or 736, they could be as difficult if you don't have backups, but if you have backups and can actually use chain battle, it's just so incredibly beneficial that it makes them way easier, like, by comparison. In my opinion. Worst designed fight, yeah. I mean, AoE unbreakables that inflict a lot of a status. It's effectively a lot of unavoidable damage. It's really just, Hard Blood Wedge, I think, is the name of the move. Like, that's the only move that's the problem, but he uses 2 of that move per turn a lot of the time. Unbreakable Bleed, I feel like, yeah, it's better than Unbreakable Rupture, because you can't do anything about Rupture. It just sits on you and continually gives the enemies, like, coin power conditionals, but at least Bleed you can get rid of. by attacking. Sinking has the same problem as Rupture, except it also kills your sanity, so yeah, sinking would be worse if we had a lot of that. Like, Bleed you can get rid of and heal back on your own terms. Rupture, you can't do that.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해줄.
Next challenge run, I've like thought about can you beat Limbus Company only using one Sin Affinity, but any challenge that I think of either requires like so many specific IDs and I just don't have the account for it, and it would take like forever to get the account for it, or it would just be like an easier version of base IDs. It's like, oh, Season 1 IDs only, that's just kind of easier base IDs. So I don't know if I'll ever end up doing one. Like, one Sin Affinity is my only good idea I've had. You could technically do 7 runs of that. It would be interesting to see like which one is the easiest and hardest. But it needs like so much specific stuff, like unuptied IDs, so that they don't have Sin Affinities on their guards, things like that. You really need an account just for it. The Uptie 1 challenge is stuck on Lei Hang. I'll beat him with Egas just so I can play Canto 9, but I do want to continue it. I have fun with it. It's just like, it cannot legitimately beat Lei Hang at the moment. At least I can't do it. It's the same for like the solo only, support only challenge. It kind of dies in the Canto 7 dungeon because you have to do 3 fights in a row without healing, which you can't do, but you can do each of them individually, so I like allowed it for now. But then in Canto 8 there is not a Honglu that can handle the amount of bleed that you get, and you have to use Honglu. So that's where it's truly dead. And not to mention the cardboard cutouts fight in Canto 7, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Try a level 1 challenge if they added de-leveling. I don't know. Oh, Dulcinea can do it? Okay. Even worse than 717. I'll stick to trusting you on that instead of trying it myself. But it sounds awful, so I'm sure it's worse than awful. But yeah, as far as a level 1 challenge goes, I don't think it's practical. I mean, it could be interesting to see how far you could get, I guess. I would be more interested in the enemies have infinite clash power, which is similar, but you can actually still tank in that case. And like, if you stacked defense level up buffs, you could still get your evades to roll higher or something. But I think enemies having infinite clash power could be interesting. If I was going to mod Limbus, it would be to try that. Imagine fishing for Sanguine Karoo with negative SP passives for several fights back to back. Oh gosh. Yeah. I mean, I would still, like, for my supports only challenge, I would still allow me to change supports at the different stations. Which I did have to do to, like, get resources up and stuff. But if she can do the whole thing, then cool. That's something I don't have to think about then. For me, I love fast. I agree, but what's the context here? You get everything from her. I see. Okay.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
개체 부위가 파괴되었습니다. 대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하신다고.
Her character is kind of boring. Have you played Murder on the Warp Express?
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
I think it's not a coincidence that my two favorite intervalos are the ones that have Faust involvement a lot. I like Murder on the Warp Express and then LCE checkup.
준비를 철저히 했나 보군요.
What's my lowest turn counts? Okay, so my status with Railway is that after sacrifice strategies became like the thing that you have to do for low turn clears, I kind of stopped caring as much. And so for Railway 5, I got the best time I could within like a week, which was like pre-Malfaust and all. And I don't remember my turn count. I can check it quickly. It's like 30 something, I think. Let's see. Railway 5. I got 36, and that was like within 2 weeks of the Railway coming out, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then Railway 1, I have not looked into low clearing the Bakgak because I just haven't. I spent I spent enough time there with my base ID's no ego run, and I just haven't really felt like doing a low turn clear with a real team. What am I looking for still? I have one more pack to go to. Miracle in District 20, okay. Making me spend Starlight. And probably not getting Jolly Plushie, oh well.
어때? 마음에 드시나? 어때? 마음에 드시나?
I know I want poise gifts, because that's the actual important gift from here. It's 2 protection. There it is. I mean, maybe I'll luck into the hat. We can, or not the hat, the plushie. We do. Where is it? What am I still missing? I need to make red Gossipium. We missed, okay. That's fine. You always want to enhance everything that you care about on floor 10 or before, because adversities make things more expensive. So it's time to enhance everything. That is certainly an opinion to have about you, Song. that's like everything that I actually care about enhancing. I can even get this gift. Shadow Monster. The game really is just giving me almost everything I could possibly want on this solo. I think the only thing I really missed was like the chicken breast. I guess I didn't get False Halo. That's fine. If only Rudia's Kanto was like Kanto 5 so that she could have a real Kanto, yeah. But that's what, you know, the post-Kanto 12 stuff is for. Surely everyone will get a better chance.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
개체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데 더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록. 개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했어.
3 sets of cantos. That theory comes from like the Divine Comedy being split into Inferno and then Purgatory and Paradise, or whatever the Italian words of those are. Because like the real book has like 100 cantos or something. I don't think we're getting 100 cantos in Limbus. But I could definitely see like, yeah, 30 or something.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했습니다. 이것이 개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다.
Got sinner rankings here, let's see. Otis in last place, so your opinion is valid. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know, someone has to be the least favorite, and for me that's Otis. I don't hate Otis or anything, I just feel like Otis's character is, you know, so far, she has not surprised me at all. Ishmael's your last place because she's been getting on your nerves recently. I can definitely understand people not liking Ishmael like post-Kanto. Alright, it's time for everyone's favorite question of the run. How many skills to kill Santana? The safe guess is always 2. And I don't think today is an exception. Oh, it was almost 1. 3.5, I was off. You can get your second chance to guess when we fight King and Binds, and we say how many skills to kill King and Binds. That one's usually a bit higher. Wait, did I actually... I got packaging ribbon? The game is giving me just literally everything. Okay, so for 11... I always go for Unhatched Embers because I don't get it sooner. So we will go get Unhatched Embers now. You're guessing 4 for King and Binds? It depends so much on when I actually go fight him. So I'm not going to make you lock in your guess now. Because if I go on like 414, he's going to have twice as much health. Oh, hello there, King and Binds. We were just talking about you. I will take the free levels.
심심풀이는 되는군.
There's Radgosipium, I wanted that. And so, okay. Slash memories, sure. I will try to roll into Unhatched Embers with Burn Refresh. It worked because I have so many gifts already that there aren't very many that can show up. And then, what am I missing? Do I have to pull out my list? Or can I eyeball it? I don't have charge type gloves, I can use that. And the gift box while I'm thinking about it. I don't have like a real list, I just kind of made my ego gifts tier list, and I made that based on solos, so I can always refer back to that if I want to. You don't know what you need. I can pull it up at the end of the stream, probably. Like after I finish the run.
이제야 실력을 좀
If someone reminds me to.
그래도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
Shall remind me, alright. Middle Sinclair won't be dethroned from your favorite ID spot. It's an interesting one. Middle Sinclair is the only ID that I think is actually a potential man.
우리에게 해줄 이야기가 좀 늘었군요.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해.
괜찮은 공격이네요.
이것이
앞으로도 그렇게 만들어주세요.
You find Sinclair kind of over-focused on. I think I get what you're saying, but I've never had someone actually put it into words. With like Demian being so prominent, apparently.
우리에게 해줄
And
이야기가
obviously being related to Sinclair, yeah.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 끝났습니다.
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제 해결사의 전투까지 익숙해지셨네요.
Who is my favorite ID these days? It's probably still Priest Gregor. I wish we lived in a world where Priest Gregor was like a 7 out of 10 ID, and I wish the balance was like set around that. But unfortunately, the balance is not set around Priest Gregor. It's set around Malphas. I hope you like Dawn's kill enemy voice line, because we're hearing it a lot right now.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시죠. 바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
You love sinking, but it's honestly kind of bad. I think if you had to use the same team to clear the entire game, sinking would be my last choice, because it just has some bad matchups. But in the right matchups, it can be really strong, for sure. Got a W Corp Heathcliff fan here. I have seen mostly negative opinions about him. Except for the people that are saying at least he's not She-Faust, which I guess counts as a positive. Growth Resilient. It really showed me the 2 best trials and the 2 worst trials and asked me which ones I wanted. Alright, now I've finished all my checklist packs. I've gone everywhere I need to, and I have not found Peace of Relationships. I'm just going to refresh looking for that. So that's the only goal right now. Because that's the main thing I'm still missing. And we didn't hit it, so we can go anywhere. I will just go to Terminus. Why not? Favorite ID is LCE Fast. Dude, that's a good choice. I definitely like LCE Fast. They don't beat Priest Jagger for me though. Oh, do I not have this yet? Yeah, that's a good ego gift I didn't have somehow. Okay, so since I don't have Peace of Relationship, the goal is to get every single tier 4 gift so I can guaranteed fuse into it. In the process, I can also just, like, maybe roll into it because I have so many ego gifts. So what am I still missing? I don't have either burn gift. Do I have everything else? I'm missing Faith. So I'm missing Faith, both burn gifts, and Peace of Relationship. So we're pretty close to getting it. Yeah, that was like a 1 in 4 that we hit there. Okay. We can enhance that now. Oh, I didn't enhance Red Cassipian. That's an important one. Peace of Relationship you've only gotten like twice. It's definitely a rare gift because it's keywordless tier 4, so you can't specifically look for it through like a keyword search or anything. You pretty much have to find it naturally, and then, you know, it's a tier 4 so it's rare. Or you have to fuse when you have every other tier 4, which can only really happen in Mirror Dungeon Extreme. Yes, She-Fest was designed around the number 4 and nothing else. That was the entire goal. Which is why I think they should have made her skill 3 a 4+4, when it is only a 4+3. I was like actually excited for She-Fest more than like most IDs that release. Boy was I wrong. Still like her animations, but using her, not something you can really do. At least not using her bow. If you just use her normal skills, then she works fine as a unit. But the bow does not work fine.
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제 해결사의 전투도 익숙해지셨네요.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 했나 봅니다.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네. 해결사 연기에 이런 기적이.
You know, I don't think I've used any of my like revive gifts this run. Can I do this whole run without getting staggered? That would be an interesting thing to try. I've never thought about it, but I don't think I've had to activate Manor Shaped Music Box yet. Her uptie story is boring too. You know, I'm guilty of skipping uptie stories sometimes. I definitely don't know all of them, and I don't think I looked at She-Fasts.
개체들이 예측하기 힘든 작전을 펼치려는 듯하군.
Yeah, I like that we get to see like what normal she association is like, not just like the overworked idea.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
I'm always like, I love world building and stuff, so I'm always excited to see what we learn from the IDs that isn't actually about the IDs. We're at a total of 1 uptie story. I've read a few more than 1, but in terms of like fully reading them every word, I'm probably only at like 10. I mostly have people talk about the ones that are interesting, and that's how I learn about them. Growth and Keen 14, this is actually Resilient, it's misnamed. Okay, we're officially at the part of the run where it could be difficult, because we took Tremor Bear here. I don't have coin yet. Can I even activate coin? It would only be if I used, like, my Tap Ego or something. I don't need to go for that. I'm just seeing if, like, the refreshes show me anything that I've forgotten about that I want. But I own mostly everything here. I can just go get Faith. Sure. Fang Hunt's passive is still bugged, yeah. That's the type of thing that won't ever get fixed.
빈틈없는 관찰의 결과죠.
Yeah, bonus potency forever. I'm actually going to miss the check here on purpose. Just to give everyone sanity, because I don't need the tier 1 gift. Not healing in the shop gives me more cost than, like, selling a tier 1 gift would give me. I guess Pierce gifts are something I might not have all of yet. A ton of the, like, damage type gifts don't work in solos because they're, like, only number 5 or only 3 and 4. But there should be at least one that I can still get and benefit from. Weird how inconsistent the wording in Limbus is. Ruina has a fair amount of weird wording stuff. Ruina also just has a lot of stuff that isn't said anywhere with enemy design. Like, Limbus at least tries to tell you everything, I feel like. Whereas Ruina leaves stuff hidden on purpose. Yeah. I mean, I'll fuse a tier 4 in case there's something I'm forgetting, but I think this will just give me, like, a burn gift I don't need. Or Faith, which I'm getting at the end of this floor. But now I don't have to take it if it's on a bad trial, I guess. I can recommend Ruina. If you like Limbus at all, Ruina should be fun. Okay, so much for that never staggering idea. We have hit floor 13.
전 힘내자는 말 따위는 하지 않습니다. 이곳에서 그만큼 의미 없고 비효율적인 인사는 없을 겁니다.
And yeah, I do way too much damage to ever get the reuse.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐와도
Ruina is good as a deck builder, it's abysmal. It has room for improvement.
일치하잖아요.
But I still found the deck building element of it fun. I also have like 900 hours in the game though, so of course I found it fun.
엄청나게 강한 일격을. 부위 한쪽이 떨어져 나갔군. 과거 본인의 모험에서도 잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네. 괜찮은 공격이네요.
3,700 damage there. 900? I can check the exact number, but it's a lot. I've done a bunch of challenge runs for that game as well. Okay, no, I have 700. It's not as high as I thought. I do have 1,800 in Limbus though, on just this account. I've played this game a little bit.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가? 잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네. 곧 삼켜질 것이요. 기다리시게.
Most hours you have in any game is 2,400 on V2 Studio.
개체의 약점을 정확히
Limbus has recently become my most played game, actually. I have 1,800 on Limbus, which beats out 1,780 on The Binding of Isaac.
본래의 힘을 쓴다면 3초면 충분하겠지만 이렇게 하나하나 파괴해나가는 싸움도 나쁘지 않아요.
Faust in the crossover was kind of meh. Yeah, I don't remember like anything in particular that she said, so I'm inclined to agree. Your friend has like 3,000 hours in Isaac and keeps telling you to play. It's like quite possibly the most replayable game that has ever been created. Like, every run can be different. If you enjoy roguelikes at all, then I can recommend it. You just got here, what's the floor? This is floor 13. And we are stacking Rupture.
깔끔하게 잘랐습니다. 이제 니콜리나와 솜씨가 비슷해지셨는데요.
Difference between release Roland versus today. Yeah, Power Null is the main thing. You had like a 16 mass individual and you had Power Null, so it was practically unbeatable. I love clicking win rate and the boss just dies.
화가 나서 제대로 된 판단이 안 서는 모양입니다. 잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
You didn't get Fast's exclusive ego. It's probably the one I've used the most. I'm a fan of Command Meltdown. Gregor's is probably the best. And then Hanlu's is okay. I mean, it does damage. It got changed recently. It made it slightly better. You heal the sanity after losing the sanity. Empty his form. I'm working on it.
직전의 공격처럼
Yeah, we can just kill him.
일격을 가해봅시다.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Is Command Meltdown a better healing ego than Fluid Sac? It depends on what you're trying to heal from. If someone loses a clash and takes a big hit, then yes. But if you took like 20 unbreakable coin damage across the whole team, then Command Meltdown can't heal everyone at once. Fluid Sac does heal everyone at once, so it's, you know, going to be better at healing everyone. Always avoid final and base power. I haven't like mentioned it at all, but we haven't been getting any hidden bosses. Okay. Let's fight King and Binds for fun. And then I'll go to floor 15, Railway 5. Hidden bosses are a Mirror Dungeon Extreme mechanic, where you have a 10% chance on each question mark node to fight a boss that is supposed to be hard, and then it gives you a very, very powerful ego gift. I have not gotten any of them, though. It's a 10% on each question mark node, yeah. 411 and above. Nothing you can do makes it more or less likely. There are no gifts I can think of that I want at this point. So I will just upgrade my Rupture Infliction, I guess. I got Prestige card and 2 economy gifts within the first 3 floors, so this run has kind of just had everything handed to me. Okay. Yeah, you're more likely to see at least one hidden boss than none. The hardest hidden boss, in my opinion. For solo, it's Lei Hang. For a team, it's probably Don Quixote, maybe? I don't know. It's like, Lei Hang is very easy in full teams from what I've heard. I've only fought him once, I think, and I was using Tremor, so he could be easy with anything. But yeah, in solo he's the most difficult by far, because he just does so much damage on the first turn. You're guaranteed to proc Embers, and then on the second turn you have 10 fragile. So, good luck surviving.
치명상을 입은 직원이 있군요. 매일 말하는 것은 모든 죽음은 의미가 없습니다. 손실을 극복할 수 있는 방법을 모색해 주세요.
I have 33 speed? How do I have 29 haste? What happened? That's like so high. Also, I need to use an ego here. This run probably could have been egoless if I didn't go to Envy Pekatulums, but I did go to Envy Pekatulums, so here we are. There was a secret floor for when you got all the secret bosses. It's about a 0.5% chance to get all 4 of them in the same run. People complain enough about Faith, which is a 1%, so... Well, that might be a cool idea. It's probably not a good idea. We're just going to do that again. I actually don't have a ton of envy. I could run out if I'm becoming ego reliant, but I only have 2 floors left. Your first MDE had all 4 secret bosses? Seriously? That's crazy then. 1 in 200. Good job. Good luck, I guess.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이런 데는 얼마나 좋습니까?
Alright. Place your bets in chat. How many skills to kill King and Vines and his how much health? Once we find out how much health he has.
역시 초롱을 따라가면
38,000.
주위에서 관찰을 지속해 주십시오.
Also, I kind of can't clash him. I have investigator badge, so I shouldn't die. Neutral clashes will win, right guys?
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Ooh, neutral clashes are not winning. Oh, and I have sinking. Okay, this might go badly. I guess we're probably corroding. Which means we're going to have a lot of Queen of Hatred egos to sit through the animation for. That's Investigator badge. He clashes so high because he doesn't have the debuff gifts from like Red Galcipium or Downpour plus Melted Eyeball.
이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
So now we get to do the fun thing of trying to make these all clash different skills. That wasn't actually so bad. Okay. And just, yeah, it's floor 14, so everything is going to be rolling high no matter what. So this is the first skill that's actually hitting him, so I'm going to count this as 1. What if I just did all of unopposed first turn? I was hoping I would win the first neutral, and then have higher sanity, and win more of them. I could have just gone all unopposed. Ultimately, I didn't think it would matter. 10 years of Queen of Hatred egos later, yeah. I think this is the longest ego animation. I wish there was like a table with frame data for every skill. That's something I've wanted in the past, but it would be so much effort to make myself. You're shocked by how humanoid they kept Queen of Hatred on? I think it's mostly based on like the sprite from Tiff-Earth Realization in Library of Ruina, but yeah, it is at least recognizable as Dawn still. It's like 50 seconds without fast forward, yeah. Definitely a long animation. So that was 4 skills.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네.
Now we'll unopposed him. Everything on the unclashable.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 했나 보군요.
Finally. That's 8. This is 9. Getting like no heads rolls. 10. Does he die to 11? Not enough heads rolls. He does not die to 11 skills. He'll die to Scarlet Moths though, so do we count that? Unless I just die. No. Star Shard is too good, I would never die here. Yeah, dying at end of turn, that counts as 11 skills. 4 is close to 11. If we consider that, like, numbers are infinite, 4 is only 7 away, so really close there. You were 1 off. Good guess. Body up and keen, because they aren't base or final power. Full adversity, and Railway 5 for fun. Watch me get a hidden boss when I'm starting Corroded now. Wouldn't that be funny? Actually, starting a hidden boss Corroded might be the way I could lose. I guess I still have unhatched embers to save me though. And we didn't get it anyway. So, alright. Get rid of this thing immediately. Rupture charge, yeah, okay. Where's Shatterbound Cannon? You. Oh yeah, I can actually fuse this thing. I was like, wait, I can make a bleed tier 4? But yeah, it is the exclusive one. And I'm going to sell this for clash prediction purposes. And I need to heal Dawn. Okay. That should be everything I need. I mean, it's more than enough already. I don't need most of what I have. But that should be everything I could want. We got... I think this is... Section 1? Because it has the Wrath? Yeah? Okay, so I cannot clash him at all. Like, not even close. What about Ego? Does this get at least a neutral? It does? Okay. I'll try to hit the neutral. We got it. Yeah, everything gets triple priced in Extreme. You really want to get as much as you can before 411. Don't have enough IDs to do the second part. You can kind of pseudo-solo Section 1 with Malfast, but it's not something I would really recommend because it's not the easiest thing to do. But that would let you save your other IDs for Section 2. We do have a problem here, which is that I still have a stagger threshold, so I could very easily die later in this fight. But like, I full heal with every skill I use, so as long as I don't get killed, if I don't lose clashes to like multi-coin skills, I should be fine. Section 3 lets you use all your IDs again. You only need 2 teams for Railway. We're not winning this clash, so let's just unopposed him here. You were on pace for a 19 or 20 turn run, but you just couldn't reset. Do you mean like you just couldn't handle resetting anymore, so you kind of gave up on Section 3, or do you literally mean you couldn't reset for some reason?
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
It took like a month. Okay, yeah. Understandable.
자,
Yeah, it's just Railway is like inaccessible almost if you have all your IDs leveled. I hate sacrifice strats and not being able to D-level, so I just don't care enough to really try for a low turn unless we ever get D-leveling.
성패가 달렸네. 열쇠에 부딪혔으나 결국 승리의 서사가 우리의
Leave it
손에
in this
있을
order.
것이니.
This should kill him.
씹어버리겠네.
The Railway Railway 1 is not too much sacrificing. Yeah, the fights like don't last long enough since they're all individual. So there isn't too much sacrifice strats in there from what I've seen.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Yeah, it's too short to sacrifice. I might go for a better clear sometime. It's like there's no time pressure on it and there's no profile to show off, so it's very much a thing that I might just put off infinitely. I'm pretty sure the record right now is 35 turns. You cannot clear everything in one turn. Oh, here's that stagger threshold problem I was talking about.
손실을 극복할 수 있는 방법을
But I actually hadn't activated Embers, so we're still fine. It's like, it's 13 sections. You were thinking about Railway 5, yeah. Why am I staggered again? Oh, I took turn start damage. Well, this is probably a reset then. Yeah, getting staggered for 2 turns. It's not easy to survive that as a solo. Rose Hunter is genuinely the devil on MDE. It's just that I didn't lose my second stagger threshold. I need this guy to just hit me harder on the first turn, I guess. But he's getting too many tails rolls, so no. I'm going to reset until I lose both my stagger thresholds at once, I think.
부탁드리겠습니다.
It would help if I, go first and lose to this counter. That's an extra thing hitting me. That should hit me pretty hard. Never mind. Okay, he keeps barely staggering me, which is just the worst of both worlds. How hard can it be to either... Maybe I should just guard. If he's doing so little damage, I can just not stagger at all. Let's try that.
결국은 나약한 자들이
Now this is the attempt where he gets like 5 heads rolls and still kills me.
서버팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 부서 아니겠습니까?
Okay, there we go. We lost both stagger thresholds, now we can win. Hopefully.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했다. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
Flat 1000 damage there from Thrill. I always like seeing the perfectly, like, even numbers.
제압하는 직원이 보였습니다.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
Yeah, if I had just like one hidden boss gift, all of my clashes would be like 6 higher, and that would help a lot. I'm kind of right on the very barrier of clashing right now.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네. 해결사 영웅기에 이런 구절이 있었지.
Let's do that. Just take the hit.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다.
If you want the animated banner, is that just 1,000? Is that for reaching level 100, or do you need to get the completion badge for that? I don't remember.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다.
Because you might need loadout achievements.
이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까. 잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Like the rectangle. I know what you're talking about, I just don't remember what reward comes from where. I think that's just like... I think that's just from the levels. So you... yeah, achievements can work, but you can also just play Mirror Dungeon every week and get your projection that way. You liked the 40 tying clash there? I just like have so much health that it's fine even if I lose a lot of clashes. I just can't lose every clash. There's one at level 50, but you need to get it before end of season. I didn't realize that there were restrictions up for that here.
저기는 땅에 떨어졌네. 이제 우리를 누가 막겠는가?
Alright, I've got maximum resonance. I don't think the offense level from resonance matters at all. It's just if he hits heads or not. Hopefully we don't lose like 7 clashes in a row. Okay, we should survive. And then after this, he'll be debuffed by like 30 offense level from Downpour and Red Gossypium, so clashing should be easy after this turn. Unless he removes his entire bleed stack.
개체가 불리한 조건에 놓여 있습니다. 저희에게 어떤 식으로 활용하면 좋을지 파악하며 임하도록 하죠.
Do I need to put 2 skills at the snare? I need to put 2 skills at the snare to be safe. I don't think I've ever had to do that in a solo. Second I'm done, you're doing an MDE solo. Good luck. They can be fun. If I didn't enjoy them, I wouldn't have done like 30 of them. I hope you've learned something. The way I see it, I've spent like so much time playing Limbus and learning about it, and that knowledge is kind of wasted if I don't share it with people. So that's why I do streams like this and talk about the game.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시겠네. 다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Alright, we've got some favored clashes in here. This thing is very dangerous. But we won. Okay. Yeah, there's multiple people that have done Mirror Dungeon solos with like every character. You might be talking about, I think their YouTube channel is called Queen of Hatred or something. They're the one that I know of that does like everyone. Next will be me. I don't know. Yeah, that guy. Okay. Yeah, I've seen some of their stuff. Very low. Okay, I'll take a favorite against the snare.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
When this tutorial needs a revamp, it got one. I think it's fine now. You actually learn, like, the important stuff. Yeah. The tutorial got improved, and it has, like... The tutorial extends a bit into Kanto 1 and Kanto 2. Like, you get actual tutorial when you first fight Ebony Queen now.
저희가 우세한 상황입니다.
This should be a stagger turn, so I'm going to just use as many of my skill 2s as I can. And he might die. Oh yeah, I had contract still. Okay, now this is quite possibly actually the most threatening part here. Like, look at this predicted damage. 489 if he gets all 3 heads rolls. That is way too much. So I need to resist Wrath. And I know a way to resist Wrath.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Just a tiny bit of damage, yeah. I mean, I can do a tiny bit of damage with my ego here. The tier 3 Pekatulums really are, like, they did not hold back. And I find that, I like that. I mean, they really have just so much of their status. Ow. Counter. It's like, if we ever see higher tier Pekatulums, I'm very interested in that. Level 100 IDs, it is possible. I forget the exact max, it's like 106 or something, but I think you have to have the impacts that you've never gone to for the second Starlight buff to give you levels.
개체 부위가 파괴되었습니다. 대형 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하셨나 보군요.
Oh, that guy died to Scarlet Moths? Okay. Not sure if this will kill or not, but it should do a lot of damage either way. Didn't we get stage 3 lust? Or no, I'm just thinking of the tier 2, aren't I? You can only get the level 106 on a fresh account, yeah. Okay, now this guy. I hate this guy. He's my choice for the worst designed abnormality fight in the game. But he shouldn't be too difficult. Going to just throw a guard there, and even if he gets like all heads, I shouldn't die here. I had this guy do 297 damage with the one move that I beat in a clash on his Vigregor solo once. Whatever his like main move is called. And that Vigregor had 300 max HP, so every level up mattered there. He activated Embers, so he could kill me with something like that now. He got all 4 heads rolls, I think. But he has the debuffs now, so I get to play the favored game. 5 favorites, let's see how many I win. This guy has ego. He's the source of Storacalgia, which Faust and Ryoshu have. He gives us Storacalgia Faust, which will probably be the most underrated ego this game ever gets, because it competes with Fluid Sac, so everyone just, you know, disregards it. But it's a good ego. Oh, you mean like an ID of it? Like an LCE ego or something? Yeah?
싸울 때가 떠오르네요. 또 날아가기 싫으시면 제대로 보고 대처하셔야 합니다.
So I think I won all of my favorites there. Let's see if... Oh, they're dominating now because of Resonance. Look at that. Wait. Is it because of Resonance? Why does this go up to dominating? I feel like nothing changes there. I win if I get all heads. I guess... Oh, I go up to winning if I get 2 heads, or tying at least, okay. And then this is still Absolute Resonance. Has 136 offense level, yeah, okay. I honestly didn't realize that this disconnected skill would still be getting the Absolute Resonance bonus. But I guess if I did this one after... No, it's 138, okay. Combining resonances works, I guess? I thought it didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
From Phantom Pain. That's what it is. That has to be it, because otherwise it shouldn't be working on the other skills. We're almost done here, though. This guy dies, like, either now or next... Oh, I know. That was his part help. He dies in, like, 2 more turns.
깔끔하게 잘랐습니다.
Oh, that part breaks?
이제 니콜리나와 솜씨가
Attack the body.
뒤집히네요.
Yeah? The damage button does not know to hit the person.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
I think Project Moon talked about the next game they want to make. It's like a 3D action game or something. At least that's their current idea.
삼켜질 것이오. 기다리시게. 걱정은 하지 않겠습니다.
Can I do 5,000 damage? Yes, I can.
확신하고 있으실 테니까.
That's a victory for Lantern Dawn.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네. 야! 자. 하! 하! 야! 자, 잘근.
There we go. Not too bad. Clashing, we were right on the edge of clashing being possible or not. But if you get all the ego gifts, you kind of always end up there. If you don't get the hidden boss, and if you do, then you know you always clash. $430,000, yeah, it's quite a bit. All the ego gifts that take like a minute to load. Are we Starlight positive? Yes. Yeah, I didn't have to do too many pack searches today. There's ways that you can farm, like, theoretically infinite damage. So, people have hit much higher than that. Okay, so let's think about like next week here. these are all the IDs I've done solos with. So next week we're looking at either Otis, Sinclair, or Heathcliff. Not sure who I'll want to do. Maybe I'll figure out how to make that Discord server and I can make a poll or something. But if anyone has a right now suggestion, I can at least keep it in mind. Talisman Sinclair. Of course that's what you would say. 7 Otis? I could do 7 Otis. I have her partially leveled at least. She's not very good. But I could use her. Oh, she doesn't even have Rupture on her skill 3. Ugh. What I've established is that whoever I have last on week 12, I'll solo with their base ID. So if you want to force me to solo with base Sinclair, then you don't choose a Sinclair. Oofy Heath? I could do Oofy Heath. I mean, Tremor is good, he has a Gloom skill, he shouldn't be too bad. Yes, base Sinclair, okay, it sounds like we're going to end up doing that. That seems to be what most people want. Yeah, okay. Maybe it'll be Oofy Heath, maybe I'll do someone else. But next week, I will probably be doing a Heathcliff solo. Thanks everyone for showing up to stream, and I hope that I'll see some of you there. And maybe I'll make that Discord server. If I do, I'll probably do a, like, YouTube post, whatever those are called. See you later.